Hi and welcome. This class will be a really quick flow for your legs. Primarily if you do a lot of sitting or work at a desk or something like that, or maybe driving, this might be a good yoga class to do. So all you need is a mat, no blocks or anything like that. You don't even really need a mat. You can just be on your floor somewhere, and we'll get started. So from tabletop, hands and knees with the wrists right underneath the shoulders and knees about right underneath the hips. We'll just start with a couple really easy cat-cows by lifting your head and your butt bones up and letting your belly drop down. And while you're in this position, take a really deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, you're going to start to tuck your tailbone under, draw your belly button up and tilt your head down. Breathe everything out. And then the next breath in is going to reverse. Inhale, lift your head, your butt bones up. Toes can be untucked or tucked. It's really whatever's more comfortable. Then exhale, again, round your spine, dropping your chin to your chest, and you're tucking your tailbone underneath. And then while we're in hands and knees, our fingers are spread really wide, so we're pressing through the whole palm, even the fingertips. That way we don't sink into the wrist, especially the outer side of the wrist. So that thumb and first finger really press down along with your whole palm. Take one more time. Inhale, lift the head, the butt bones up. When you need to breathe out, start to round spine, tuck your tailbone under, draw the belly button in, chin to chest. From here, tuck your toes. Take one more breath in to lengthen out through the spine, so crown of your head pulls forward, butt bones pull back. And as you tuck your toes, you're going to lift your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. It's really important to stay mindful that your whole palm presses down when you're in downward dog, again, so that you don't sink into the wrist. So thumb, first finger more than anything, your whole palm. And then draw your belly button toward your spine. See if you can stick your butt bones up a little bit higher and then press them to the back of the room. So that really starts to stretch out through the hamstrings, the back of the knee, and the calf. Take a really deep breath in here. And then open up your mouth or some kind of relaxing deep breath out. One more time, inhale. Full breath in. Exhale. Sink your butt bones up and back. Breath out. One more time. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just notice how the stretch in your leg feels. See if you can relax around your neck. Check fingertips are still pressing in. And then slow motion, walk your feet to meet your hands. Bend your knees whenever you need to. Come up on fingertips. And feet hip width apart, or maybe even a little bit wider. Bend your knees at least a little. Draw your chest, your heart forward as much as you can. And on the exhale, you're going to drape your upper body down as far as it goes. Now this might not feel good, so you can always have your hands supported on something if you want to get some books or have a chair nearby. Or you can take opposite elbows and just kind of let them hang down. Or if that's too much too, you can put your forearms on your knees so you have a little bit of support if it's overstretching your hamstrings or your low back. Take another breath in, even if your hands are on your arms are on your legs. Draw your chest forward. And when you breathe out, see if you can fold down a little more. So our goal here is to get the butt bones up and the heart down. Breathe in. Heart lifts a little on the breath in. Exhale, fold right back down. And then fingertips go back to the floor, even if you need to bend your knees. Breathe in, halfway lift, pull your heart as far forward as you can manage. Plant your palms and then step your feet back to a high push-up. Our heart is pulling forward, heels and butt bones pull to the back. Take one more breath in. On your exhale, pull forward, lower your knees, bend your elbows, lower everything to the ground. Then press the tops of your feet down. Push your heart forward and inhale up, just do a little baby cobra. On the exhale, go right back down. Tuck your toes, draw your belly button to your spine and press up high push-up on your knees, toes, and then downward facing dog. Your fingers are widespread. Take a moment just to feel however your downward dog feels. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, and breath out. Your left foot's going to stay planted, and just float your right toes up a little bit. On the exhale, pull your knee toward your nose, look between your hands, and see how high you can walk your foot. If it only makes it halfway, that doesn't matter. Grab onto it wherever it goes, then place it up near your hands. From here, your inhale is going to draw your heart forward. So we're always moving on the breath. And the exhale is going to let your back knee sink to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Now our left hip bone is sinking down towards the ground and then shifting a little bit forward. And then heart tries to lift on the breath in. Breath in lifts the heart. Breath out sinks the left leg down. Take one more inhale. And as you breathe out, now we're going to shift your butt bones straight to the back as you straighten out this right leg. Pull your toes towards your face. Now if you feel like you can get really bendy, that's cool. Or if you feel like you can't get bendy at all, don't worry about it. You don't have to be a particular shape. All you're really looking for here is your toes are going to try to face up towards your face. Face up towards your face. Flex your foot. That's what I meant to say. And you're trying to feel that stretch through the back of your leg. And what will help that out, regardless of how flexy you feel, is drawing your chest forward. So if I really draw my chest forward, I have to bend my knee a little bit, and that's okay. You just want to be at whatever point you can stretch that and keep kind of a straight spine. Sometimes it's good for rounding, but if you sit a lot, there's a good chance we do that anyway. So we'll try to strengthen the back muscles that'll more support that proper posture. One more deep breath in. On your breath out, replant this right foot forward. Plant your palms around your foot. Untuck the back knee, or lift the back knee by tucking the toes, step forward. Breathe in, find your halfway lift. On the exhale, lower your butt about halfway down, and then engaging through the glutes and your back muscles, come up to a chair pose. So by engaging the back muscles, that means instead of just kind of lifting yourself up, you're trying to feel if you can contract through the mid and low back to pick yourself up. Then arms can reach up, take a breath in. Exhale, fold right back down, fingertips to the mat. Breathe in, find that halfway lift. Keep the length on the left foot down, step your right toes all the way to the back. Low lunge, other side. So we're going to straighten out the lunge first, pulling your heart forward on the breath in as far as you can. And the breath out is going to sink the back leg down. Good. And so the right hip bone is sinking down and maybe even a little bit forward. What the forward motion means is if we're rounding, okay, say we're putting the hip straight down, we're not getting so much of a stretch in that hip flexor. But if you imagine your tailbone kind of tucking underneath as if you were going to lift up, you'll start to stretch out through that hip flexor and even up into the psoas a little bit. So that's the motion we want. It might not feel super nice, but it'll be a good stretch, especially if you sit a lot. So breath in pulls the heart forward one more time. Breath out, soften as much as you can in the right hip flexor. Breath in. And use your exhale to sink your butt bones to the back. Pull your left toes towards your face now and walk your hands wherever you need. Now check if you need a bent leg. I'm not feeling super flexy today. This actually is quite a deep stretch. So find wherever you need to be, and if you need to be up a little bit higher and have some support, that's fine. Or if you want to be all the way down, just make sure you've got that straight spine. So your heart still pulls forward, and the left butt bone now tilts back. 2 more breaths. Breath in, lift the heart. Spread the toes. Breath out. Sink in and soften around the hamstring, so the back of the leg. Breath in. Breath out. We're going to replant that left foot. Walk your hands around your front foot. Spread your fingers wide and press down. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Now squeeze the belly button to the spine and step the left foot back to a downward facing dog. Same place we started, but on the other side. Now recheck how this feels in comparison to one of the first downward dogs. You're going to lift your butt bones up. Relax around the neck, head. Press your hands down pretty firm. Take a super deep breath in. Open up your mouth, breathe out. Good. Now inhale, lift the heels. Start to squeeze all the leg muscles, draw the belly to the spine, and see if you can round vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to a high push-up. Good. And once you're there, you can lower your knees to the ground if you want, or lower down in one line, and then lower the knees. Upward facing dog. You're gonna press the tops of your feet down, draw your heart forward and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So this should engage the mid and low back muscles as well, similar to that chair pose. Feet are pressing down, our legs are strong. Breath in. On your exhale, tuck your toes, shift back over knees down or knees up, downward dog. And then relax around the neck. Deep breath in. Open up your mouth, breathe out. Good. Now step forward to meet your hands again. Feet together to touch this time, unless you know you have low back issues, then just keep them hip width apart. Spread your toes wide, breathe in, find the halfway lift. Exhale, drop your butt halfway down. Use your back muscles and your glutes to lift yourself up to chair pose. And then pause. Take another breath in, lift up through the heart. And as you exhale, draw your belly button to your spine, sink your butt down a little bit further, and then see, keeping your butt down, if you can draw your shoulders back, so this will help engage the back muscles even more so that we train that proper posture for when you're at a desk. Breath in, exhale, fold. Breathe in, find the halfway lift. This time keep your left foot forward and step your right toes all the way to the back of your mat. So we're coming up into a high lunge. You can have a bend in the back knee, hip bones are facing forward, and heart lifts all the way up. Shoulders relax down a little. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, see how low you can sink your hips down. Take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. This left hand's gonna come either to your hip, or you can twist around and touch onto your back thigh. Both are good, just different. Our goal is to get the right armpit and right side waist way, way up so that we feel stretch all the way from the right elbow down to the right knee. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, you're gonna reach your right arm all the way forward on the inside of that front foot. Twist your left arm up to the sky. Breath in. Exhale is gonna drop your hips down a little bit. Good. Now this front knee is gonna charge forward. So we're shifting our energy forward as much as we're charging out the back heel. Take one more deep breath in. On the exhale, both hands on the inside. Lower your back knee to the floor. Now we're back in this little low lunge variation. Heart pulls forward. Flex your left foot as much as possible and then rotate to the pinky toe edge of your foot so that your knee starts to fan open so we get that inner thigh stretch. Heart pulls forward. Open up your mouth, breathe out. Good. Shoulders are as relaxed as possible. If you want to come down on forearms, you're welcome to, as long as you can stay relaxed around the shoulders and the jaw, wherever it's easier to do that. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath in. And out. Okay. So keeping everything essentially the same, you're going to walk your hands a little bit to the right, so off your mat or a little bit prickly, very prickly grass. Careful where you land your hand. And then sit up nice and tall. So we're not dumping into the shoulder as much as you can, having length in the chest. And you're going to open to the left. You can keep this or start to engage your right hamstring and bring that heel up towards your butt. Now, it doesn't matter how high it goes, we're going to feel a stretch through this front thigh and again into that hip flexor again. So we're in this position, you can stay. Stage 3, so stage 1 is hanging out here, feeling the breeze. Stage 2, lifting that heel. We're moving on to stage 3, our left shoulder opens up, maybe catches that foot, and starts to draw it in. And 3 more breaths wherever you decide to be. If this feels bad on your knee in any way, shape, or form, let go of the foot. One more deep breath in. And out. Good. Start to let go of that foot. Slow motion, come back around. And then we'll make our way back to downward dog. Once you settle into your downward dog, take a deep, deep, deep breath in. Open up your mouth, breathe out. Shift your butt bones up again, heels towards the floor. You can even start to pick up your toes to see if you can get a little deeper into your calves. So each time we come here, it might get a little deeper in the stretch, which is good. We're gonna walk our feet forward again. Feet together to touch. Take a deep breath in, find your halfway lift. As you exhale, drop your butt down and use the breath in to squeeze through your glutes and your back muscles. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe in, halfway lift. Keep the length in your right foot planted. Step your left toes all the way to the back. Now coming up to high lunge again, we're going to bend the back knee so we have a really strong foundation to reach all the way up. Use the exhale to ground down, settle in. Good. And then once you're here, see if you can feel that stretch through the left hip flexor. When you use the inhale to lift the heart up, arms will reach up automatically. Well, you'll have to lift them. But the automatic part is each inhale just kind of expands and opens up through your chest a little more. So don't worry exact positioning of the arms. Just have a couple breaths. See how it feels, and wherever your arms feel best, put them there. Take one more inhale, lift up through the heart. On your exhale, you're going to bring your right hand to your right hip bone, or maybe that back thigh. Both are good, just different, so it doesn't matter which one you do. And this left arm, left elbow, armpit is going to reach all the way up. Breath in. Deep breath. On the exhale, left hand to the inside of your front foot. An airplane just went by, so I hope you can still hear me. Right arm reaches up, and then bend into that front knee. So now we're starting to get these energy lines. Right knee charges forward. Back heel pulls back, so you have this opposite energy line pulling. Top arm reaches way up. Breath in to open up through the chest. Breath out to sink the hips down, so we're still getting into that stretch point. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly, hands back around your front foot. Lower the back knee to the floor. We're going to walk this front foot out to the side. We're going to lift up through the heart. Common theme. Flex the right foot and roll to the pinky toe edge. So now you should start to feel it a little more in the inner thigh, but probably around your butt and hip and other places. Heart pulls forward. On the exhale, if there's room, you can come on down to forearms. But if that feels too intense, don't worry about it. Be wherever you need to be so that the attention and the focus is on the leg. 3 more breaths. Relax the jaw. Full breath in. Deep breath out. Okay. And then if you're on elbows, coming up to long arms. So you're going to walk your left hand a little bit out to the side. So this shifting out to the side just gives us a little more space so we can turn our chest open. Right hand on that thigh. And then we're checking we're not dumping into the shoulder, relaxing too much. So you're holding up nice and strong. Your chest is lifting and spinning open. And stay here for stage 1. Stage 2, start to squeeze that hamstring and lift that foot up. Stage 3, open up through the shoulder, grab onto that foot. Stage 4, bring that foot in a little bit closer every breath. Breath in. Breath out. 2 more breaths wherever you want to be. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Let go of that foot. Slowly bring your toes back down. Come back around. Bring the knee in. Shift your way back to a downward facing dog. And inhale, lift the heels, squeeze the leg muscles, draw the belly to the spine, round, forward. And from here, we're going to just shift into an upward dog already. You're going to lower your hips down, draw your heart forward, shoulder blades back. You can have your toes tucked or feet untucked, it doesn't matter. Our goal here is that our chest is lifting, shoulder blades squeeze, and we're feeling our back muscles engage. Breath in. Breath out, knees down, sit your bum back for a child's pose. Hips to your heels, forehead to the ground, shoulders as relaxed as possible. And then have 5 breaths. Your knees can be opened a little bit wider if you like. Just depends on what kind of stretch you want. If your low back hurts, knees together. If not, and you want more of a hip stretch, knees apart is okay. 3 more breaths. Just kind of noticing whatever you feel going on in your body. Any sensations that might be kind of speaking to you. Just be aware. Planting your palms, coming back up to tabletop, and flip around. We'll do 1 or 2 bridges before we make it all the way to the end work. So grab onto the backs of your thighs, roll down, check that you're on your mat. Nearly made it. And feet will be almost where you can hit your heels with your fingertips. Not quite though. And then upper arms are going to face to the sky. Your upper arms, just kidding. Your fingertips are going to face to the sky. Upper arm bones are going to glue to the mat. So the reason for this gluing action is the more you press your arms down, you'll notice my chest automatically lifts. So we press our upper arm bones down so that the chest lifts. Keep that, press through the feet, and then lift your hips up. So this is different than if we don't engage the upper arm bones and we don't engage the legs and we just kind of like lift the hips. You'll notice it funny around your knees, and then maybe random muscles will be engaged, which is okay. But press your upper arm bones down so you can get that lift. Press strong through your feet so that we're really lifting up through the chest and you're forcing your back muscles to engage. So this will really help train that posture and the glutes and the backs of the legs. So your feet press down even, hips are lifting, your chest is trying to lift toward your chin. All the while, upper arm bones press, 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 press. Take another deep breath in. Always a deep breath. Deep breath out. Now you can stay here or interlace your hands underneath your low back. Roll your shoulders under to kind of accentuate that lift. If you're doing this, check that your knees don't fan out. So your feet still press down flat. You're pressing really strong to get the hips up so you can feel all these back muscles engaged. Take another breath in. Next time you need to exhale, unclasp your hands, unroll your shoulders, and in slow motion come on all the way down. Once you get down, just drop your knees side to side for a moment, and then we'll do one more to really help out the back. Breath in and out to clear. Feet press down. Upper arm bones are going to get ready. Upper arm bones press down, fingertips up to the sky. Lift the chest, press through the feet, and come right back up. So remember, our goal here is to feel the back muscles engage, and you're trying to lift your hips enough to make that happen. Because we spend so much of our time in that rounded position, and we're trying to retrain and strengthen the back muscles. Your feet press down. Roll your shoulders under if you like. Maybe clasp the hands. From there, even lift higher. 2 more breaths. Feet press evenly down. Okay, then. This is my favorite pose, at least of today. Unclasp the arms, unroll the shoulders, and then start to come all the way back down again. Good. Then drop the knees side to side, just to kind of release the low back muscles. Have a massive, massive breath in. Deep breath out. One hand on your chest, one hand on your lower belly. And then you can keep your legs slow motion shifting side to side. Or take a moment with the soles of your feet together and your knees fanned out wide, and just be really still for a couple breaths. I'm trying to keep your focus on any sensation you feel going on in your body. It can be the heaviness of your upper back, jaw relaxed, or the stretch you feel in your legs. One more really deep breath in. A really deep breath out. And then engaging just a little bit through your inner thighs to help pick up, knees together. And plant your left foot down flat. Pull your right knee into your chest. Flex the right foot, cross it over the thigh and open up. Your left thigh is going to pull in towards your chest. And wherever you start to feel that stretch in your right hip, you can stay. So if you don't make it all the way, don't worry about it. You can kind of like grab your knee, or you can get a rope or a towel or a shirt. Or if you want to interlace your fingers, if they reach behind your thigh, and then pull in a little more, you can. And then I want you to do whichever one feels better for you. Sometimes it's good to just stay in a solid, static stretch and not move. Or if you want to shift a little side to side, what you'll do is kind of massage around the hip joint, which isn't bad at all. So whichever one feels better, do that one. Or you can even start to shift a little bit, and you find a good spot, stay in that position. Wherever you do end up, check that your foot stays flexed just to protect the knee, and breathe. Each time we have one of those deep exhales, kind of like the sigh sound, or even a really mindful, productive, deep breath out, no matter how it sounds, it's your body kind of clearing out that tension. Just like we naturally sigh in an argument or traffic, if we do that breath in a stretch, sends these messages to the brain, like, oh, I'm supposed to relax in that area? Okay. And it helps it open up and relax a little more and gets rid of the tension. One more breath. Then the exhale, start to come out of it, drop the left foot down, uncross the right ankle. Right foot presses down, left knee comes into your chest. Flex the foot, cross it over. Open up the knee wide and just check how it feels. You don't want to force into the stretch, so wherever you need to stop, and maybe it'll take a breath or two for you to bring your leg all the way in, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. Or if you're near a couch or a wall, you can prop your leg up to rest. If you can grab the knee behind your thigh, grab on. Relax the right foot. Flex the left one, the one crossed over, and pull into your chest. Can't have my eyes open because the sun is so bright, so don't mind my eyes being closed. Now shift a little side to side if that felt good, or stay centered, or stay in one particular spot that feels super good on your hip. And of course, breathe. Deep breath in, as if you're still breathing all the way down to your lower belly. Deep breath out. 2 more breaths. Slow motion, come on out. Rock a little bit side to side. You can let your knees fall down to the right for a moment. Stretch your left arm out to the side. Get a little twist. And then same thing, other side. Knees are going to fall to the left. And then stretch your right arm as far as you can out to the side. Back to center. And for final pose, Shavasana. So check your hips are pretty even. Feet are out to the corners of your mats. Where's my mat? I'm not even on my mat. Feet to the corners of your mat, arms to the side. Check that your shoulders are all relaxed as much as possible. Take a really deep breath in all the way down to the lower belly. Open up your mouth, breathe out. Each time you exhale, trying to sink into the mat or the carpet or whatever you are on a little bit more. Have a breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can get your ankles and your feet to relax. Inhale. So the exhale to soften around the hips, legs. Breathe out. Arms, palms fall face up. Your next exhale might check on your shoulders, belly, and finally your jaw, space between your eyebrows. Staying super still and letting your breath fall to a normal pattern. And hang out like this just for a little bit longer. Before you move, just noticing how your body feels. It feels really heavy or tingly in any areas. And if you have time and can stay in a longer Shavasana, do it. It's good to have even over 5 minutes, great, however long you have. Otherwise, slowly start bringing back some movement into your body and rock your knees side to side once you get your feet up. Eventually bringing your whole body onto one side. Then using that top hand for support to press up to a seat. And before we end, just take a couple more nice breaths with a nice tall posture. So lifting the crown of the head and heart. Breath in and breath out. It's going to root down through the butt bones and the legs. And palms together. Take a moment for yourself. And everyone else who participates and joins in on this yoga, no matter what time, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Let me know in the comments if there's any other types of yoga classes you want or how this was for you, and don't forget to subscribe. Breath in. Exhale. Slowly lower down. Should I shift to a different? See if you can make your... Oh gosh, I really don't remember where it was. I'll just...